Ever get in trouble with the law? Just claim you're not a citizen of that country and inform the judge that they don't have jurisdiction over you because reasons and such. Right now we got this amazing video. It's a Moorish sovereign citizen who goes ahead and fires his lawyer. Let's get straight into it.
Hi, may I say something to my attorney first?
Not privately.
Yeah, I know it's not going to be privately. Can you hear me, Miss Reed?
Yes, I can.
You asked me if I was a U.S. citizen properly before. I was confused by the question. I didn't understand it. I'm not a U.S. citizen now. I'm a Moorish American national. I just want that to be on the record.
Okay.
All right, what's your name, please?
Hi, my name is Eddie J. Carter Green Jr.
Is this all him? Okay, Mr. Collier Green, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 felony files here. I don't believe you've been arraigned on any of them. So I'm going to start with your contact information. Oh, there's also a PPO.
Well, there wasn't. But
violation.
no one got it one for the last.
Now they're sending me every possible PPO violation. So there's also that. So 5 things altogether. So let's start with your contact information. Are we using the Jane Street address in Syracuse, New York?
Yes, ma'am. I haven't lived in Michigan since 2018.
Okay. So you just were here long enough to be charged with 4 felonies?
No, ma'am. I never came to Michigan, ma'am.
You are charged with 4 felonies that
Yes, ma'am, I
all
was.
took place in Washtenaw County.
Yes, ma'am. I never came to Michigan. I was in Onondaga County the entire time. I never came to Michigan.
Okay.
The paperwork said I was a fugitive.
Your Honor, the people are asking for a $50,000 surety bond in each of these criminal cases. This is a series of escalating aggravated stalking charges involving threats to kill his estranged wife, kill her family, burn down her mother's house. He has said that he's hired a private investigator and given specific details about the victim's habits, including what door she's going in and out of at work. Contacted by law enforcement, he told them that they couldn't do anything because he's out of state. None of the orders, PPOs, instructions from law enforcement have done anything to stop this behavior and these escalating threats. He's absolutely a flight risk. It's believed that the only connection he has to Michigan at that time is the victim who's here. He had to be extradited from Syracuse, New York, including going through the governor's warrant process after he was arrested, hiding in a closet and refused to acknowledge who he was. He's a danger to the victim. He's a danger to society, and he is a flight risk.
Despite the fact you have not been served with this PPO, that these charges should proceed. And the conversation that we had is that there's some legal things that aren't particularly relevant to today about the difference between notice and service. But more importantly, there is a document out of the state of New York that has been served on you, according to the paperwork that I have, that prevents you from having contact with Miss Collier Green. So it is appropriate to proceed on these matters for today. Yes, sir.
Ma'am, I was served once I was taken into custody on May 19th. They served me once I went into custody.
Okay.
Informed things happened.
Okay. The document that I'm talking about in the New York protection order is you were served last year in 2021, according to the paperwork that I have.
And it expires this year of May 20th or 22nd, I believe.
Okay, so I don't have that in front of me.
The information I got from Judge Vandenberg is that this expires in May of 2025.
Right. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and proceed. I just wanted to make sure that we all agreed on whether we should proceed or not. I'm satisfied that it's appropriate to proceed on these matters. So I've heard bond argument from both Mr. Doby and Ms. Reed. Is there anything else either of you would like to say regarding bond before I set a bond in the felony matters?
No, thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Collier Green, one of the things that I am in receipt of is messages between you and the protected person, Janae Collier Green, and they are threatening. So I think that the reason that we have stalking as a criminal charge is because people should be able to live in a way that is where they feel safe and secure, and in order for a person to be charged with stalking, there has to be more than one event, and it has to be the nature of the events have to be of a type that would cause a reasonable person to feel terrorized or threatened or harassed or frightened. And that's using the word terrorized shows you how seriously the law takes the idea of people's peace and quiet and the right to be free from harassment. So what you are accused of is a ongoing harassment of a terrifying nature of someone else when there were court orders telling you not to do that. I think that a bond keeping you in custody is appropriate. Since you were arrested on May 19th, there have not been any ongoing contacts. So if that's what it takes is for you to be in jail to not engage in this behavior, then I think that a bond is appropriate. So I'm setting the bond at, I'm going to go ahead and set it at 50,000 as the prosecutor has requested on each file. You're going to be in front of Judge Simpson next Thursday.
I would like to say something.
Pardon me?
I would like to say something, Your Honor.
Oh, I bet this will be good. Let's hear it, buddy. Let's hear it. Because I think the only thing you're going to achieve is giving us a whole load of entertainment.
Go ahead.
I would like to relieve Attorney Sylvia Reed of her obligation and contract of me.
We're not doing that today. I don't have the authority to do that.
Well, I have one more thing to say, if that's okay. I, Eddie J. Collier Green, I present myself to this court in personam, and I would like to call on the bonds of all opposing counsel and plaintiff pursuant to Michigan compiled law, complete through PA 76 of 2022, Act 19 of 1934, Law 129-51, Bonds of Public Officials, Section 1, and Law 15-181, Section 1, Law Filing of Oath and Bonds, and Law 15-91, Official Bond Certificate. Pursuant to your obligations, ma'am, under Michigan Court Rules of 1985, Chapter 2, Civil Procedure, Rule 2-109, Security for Costs, and also pursuant to the Michigan compiled laws, complete through 76 of 2022, Filing of Oath and Bonds, Act 164 of 1848, 15-91. Can you please forward the copies of all bonds used to underwrite your interest and case numbers?
Nope.
Is this not a commercial claim, Mel?
No, this is not a commercial claim.
Oh, that was sweet. Hope you didn't waste too much breath on that big long essay that you read out to us. I didn't even look up what any of that meant because I didn't need to. Because the judge chopped you down so hard. It was like blah, 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 blah. Nope.
Well, the governor's warrant was printed on commercial paper from a commercial bonds company.
You know what? I don't want to do this with you because it's not necessary or pleasant
Okay.
or appropriate. All right.
Okay.
So I understand that your position is that my authority to set a bond for you is questionable. That's not true. I'm not going to explain why it's not true. I have many other people that I need to see today.
Okay, thank you.
Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
but I hear what you're saying. You've made the record. It's on the record. Okay.
Yes, I would just like the bonds as a matter of discovery. I would like the bonds of all
Okay.
plaintiffs as a matter of discovery put on the record.
You can't ask me for discovery and I'm not a plaintiff. Okay. Now, regarding whether or not Ms. Reed continues to represent you, my authority to appoint and to approve the replacement of counsel is extremely limited. All I can do is appoint a person from the public defender's office.
I would like to go pro se. You're fired, Sylvia Reed, pursuant to the corpus juris sanctum.
I think he's talking about the corpus juris secundum, not sanctum. And that's a law encyclopedia, by the way.
The first obligation of an attorney is to the court. The second obligation is to the public, and the third is to the client. When you break down client is.
That's true. She argued appropriately for you to be released, and I'm not doing that, not because of something that she didn't do, but because I don't think that that's what is appropriate in your cases. So what I was going to say is, when you are in front of Judge Simpson next week, at that time you can again bring up that you would like to be to have either a different lawyer or represent yourself, and Judge Simpson can handle that for you. Okay. My obligation is to appoint at these hearings, and then it gets cleaned up later on if it needs to be. Okay. And I finished your bond, or is there something else you'd like to say to me?
No, ma'am.
All right. So on all four cases, the bond is $50,000 cash or surety. On all four cases, the court date is September 1st, 2022 at 9 a.m. That's a week from tomorrow, next Thursday. On each of those four cases, you are not to have any, the bond, this is the bond that applies to all four of these cases. I'm not going to repeat it 4 times. I don't think that's necessary, okay? It's the same bond conditions for all of them. No contact with Janae Collier Green. No contact includes using someone else to contact her. It includes using social media to contact her. It includes replying if she contacts you, and it includes the direct contact of her in any form. Electronic, over the telephone, in writing, sending something to her through the mail. No contact literally means no contact. Specifically, do not go to her address on Gulfside Road. And for each of these cases, you are not to use illegal drugs or purchase or possess a firearm. You are not to leave the state of Michigan without permission of the court. Do not engage in any criminal behavior or any assaultive behavior. Do you have any questions about the bond conditions for these cases?
No, ma'am. And you're saying for all four is 50,000 in totality?
Each file has 50,000, so a total of 200,000.
All right. Even though I've been in custody for 98 days?
Yes.
You think 98 days in custody is worth approximately, I'm not great with numbers now, $3.5 trillion maybe, that she put your bond at? Ooh, I can't wait for your next hearing.
As of right now, I've appointed the public defender's office to represent you on that matter as well. So you'll have someone available to help you. It won't be Ms. Reed.
I'll prefer to go pro se. I don't need an officer of the court now.
I'm the kind of guy that likes to say, don't worry, buddy, you got this. You don't got this. You do not got this. Of all of the things in the world that you got, this is not among them. In fact, you don't got this so much that you ungot stuff that you already got. You don't got this.
I've been going pro se this entire time in New York. From all of my cases, I've been pro se the entire time. And do I need to get something submitted to the county clerk to relieve the counsel from?
You have to talk to Judge Simpson about it next week. when you
Okay.
see it, okay? So I won't appoint on the personal protection order. Judge Vandenberg may still decide that she wants you to have a lawyer, and that may delay that proceeding, just so you know, okay? I don't know whether she will or not. I'm just letting you know that that's a possible outcome of choosing to represent yourself in that matter. So on that file, no contact with Miss Collier Green. Okay. Anything else on these matters? Okay, you're all set, Mr. Collier Green. If you stand up, then the corrections officers will know we're finished.
All right.
Thank you.
Well, that was a whole bunch of fun. I can't wait for the next two. There's Judge Vandenberg tomorrow and then Judge Simpson this day next week. That's going to be juicy. You're not going to want to miss that one. Anyway, folks, I hope you enjoyed this quick clip. If you did, make sure and hit that like button, comment, subscribe, and all that stuff. Or smashing that thanks button down below. We'll catch you in the next one, folks.